piece of rosewood and I trimmed off the bow blank. This is for Jimmy's recurve. And I used a block on a 2x4, I'll show you a quick picture of it, with sandpaper and ran it flat back and forth so the edges met evenly. And I used 2 parts of AE40 and 1 part of B, mixed it up. And that's a little more heat resistant because we're going to fire harden this bow. And then shape the handle. I decided to fire harden it with this attached so I wouldn't have to worry about any scorching. We got wood on wood. Nice tight fit. I'm cleaning up now, but I just wanted to show you I had a piece of cardboard down and got 100 grit sandpaper, flat, held it over the 2x4, and I rubbed the riser section flat. And I also rubbed the rosewood section. Then I have a 36 grit disc that I went, if this is the riser section, I scuffed all around, inside, not around the edges. And I did the same on the rosewood. And then I put the AE40 on and clamped it. And I used 92% alcohol to wipe it clean on the edges after it was clamped. So there's hardly any mess to clean up, very light sanding.
Hi, I'm over at Joe Zummo's house, and know Joe for a long time. I shoot with Joe all the time. As of right now, we're teaching a class of kids at from 4-H, beginning level of archery, and I'm helping Joe teach over at the club for the adults that want to learn traditional archery. I've already made a sub bow with Joe out of hickory wood, and we're taking it to the next level. We're making a recurved bow right now. It's still made out of hickory, and we're going to add a little more redwood to the handle, just to add more of a grip and just make it look really nice. With that redwood, it should make it pop. And besides putting that on the handle, we're going to put the redwood tips on it, so it'll bring it all together. And we also, we're monkeying around with it already, and we have like a kind of a preliminary way what the tips of the bow should look like, and it should blend right in nicely with the handle. What we're doing right here now is we're steaming my bow, trying to make we'll make the limbs nice and flexible, and so we can put it on our jig, which I'll show you in a minute, which will grip them and torque them down and get that curve started.
So we're steaming for an hour and 15 minutes.
The steaming will take about, like what we're talking about is about an hour and 15 minutes, and we're using Mrs. Zummo spaghetti pot right now to steam the limbs, and we'll take it from there.
We'll go over to the jig.
And next we'll start over with the jig. Right. So we're just about done steaming the bow. It's going to take about an hour and 15 minutes for that bow to become as flexible as we need it to be to form it in this jig. And I'm going to have Joe explain the whole purpose of the jig.
Okay. So what we have is, what I found out, over time, was that I had really big recurves, and they put too much stress on the limbs. You want to balance between the curve and the limbs, okay? So this is a 5.5 inch radius, which would be 11 inch diameter across. Let's say, I don't even know if this is 11 inches, but just to give you an idea. And if you took a quarter of it, I was at one time bending a quarter. And what that equates to is, if you ever see a laminated bow with a super curve, that's the kind of curve. And when you have that kind of curve on a hunk of wood, like hickory or whatever you're using, it puts so much stress on the limb that you crush the fibers and you lose a little back set. it's too much stress on the limbs. So what I found out works. You need a balance between the curve and the stress you put on the limb. Yes, a recurve will make the bow faster for a couple of reasons. One is it does put stress, a little more stress on the limbs, and you want it to snap back, but you don't want to overstress the limbs. So what I found out was, instead of using, let's say, a quarter, okay, this would be an eighth. It's a little more than an eighth, a little more than an eighth. So what we'll do is, when we get that heated for the hour and 15 minutes, I got a little catch block here. It's just to catch it. So I got a cheap yardstick, flexible yardstick from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to put it here, and we're going to line the bow, and Jimmy's going to take this clamp, and he's going to clamp it on tight, and then once we get it tight, I'm going to just, you don't have to do that now, but I'm going to grab the pot holders, and you need pot holders, and I'm going to bend it down, and I'm holding it right here against where we're going to curve. I'm putting the pressure on the curve to bend it down and around, and then we're going to clamp it. And the reason why we don't want, as we're bending it, we don't want the grain to lift. And if you'll see that this recurve is a little thicker, I make them a little thicker. Like I would, if I made that longbow, I would have took it down a lot of material, would have got a little more floor tilted. But I have it a little stiffer now for the reason that as I'm bending recurves, if I do get a little grain lift, it's okay. I'll sand it off. I have room to play. So in an hour and 15 minutes, we're going to come over. We're going to bend it. We'll show you. You know, it should go pretty quick. And then Jimmy's going to stay there with a heat gun. We're going to loosen it up once it's cool. Take the strap off, and Jimmy's going to heat it up with a heat gun so it takes the set. We make sure the set stays, okay? He'll heat it up. And he's going to come back after we're going to do both sides, and then, you know, he's busy working, and when he gets done working, he'll come back and we'll finish it up. And what we'll do is we'll fire harden that recurve. Time's up, time's up. We're going to grab it and bend it. Okay, Jimmy's got to get the clamp. Hold on. Make sure it's down there. Make sure it's aligned. Does it look aligned, the wood? Let me see. Okay, tighten it. Put it up here and tighten it. Right in the middle. Tighten it more. Go, go, go. Tighten it, tighten it, tighten it as hard as you can. Good?
Good.
Think you got it?
Good, tight.
Good. Okay, hold on. Here goes nothing. Put it here. Tighten it. Tighten it good. Okay, let me get a little feel here for this straightened. Grab the next one, put it right here. Looks pretty well aligned too, the best we can. We're gonna have another chance to align it too when we use the heat gun, okay? Right now we're playing peekaboo behind the metal clamp. Okay, now we grab one of those other clamps. There you go.
One more at the end there?
Yeah. Back, unscrew it up. Good. Good. Okay. There we are. We got it. It's all good now. All good. Whatever it is, it is. We got it aligned fairly straight and even. We use the strap. This strap works wonders, okay? Keeps it from bending. So far, so good, right, Jimmy? We're good. That's it.
Looking good.
And then we'll have one more chance to straighten it when we heat it. But looking at it, it don't look too bad. It looks pretty good. It don't even look like it's torqued one way or the other. Good job. Let me shut this off pretty quickly. Now what we're going to do is, I'm just going to hold it. Jimmy's going to loosen up the clamps and take them off. We're going to put them back on, but we're going to remove the metal strap. And you'll have a little spring back, and that's okay. Good. Slide it off. We're going to put them back on in a minute. Don't break my wife's cover.
Spaghetti pot cover.
Good. Oh, and I'm going to tell you another little secret that I just found out. When you bend it with the yardstick, guess what? Put the numbers up, because you know why? I'll show you in a minute. All the numbers are transferred onto the wood now, which it's a good thing it's the belly of the bow. We're going to sand it off. All right, take that off the strap. Take the strap off. Just pop it off. Clamp it here. Start clamping on the end. Nope, get rid of the strap. We're just going to clamp everything back up. Clamp that good. Got it? Good. Okay. Good. Now let's make sure it's aligned good, right? Okay, now clamp it here again.
Oh, come on, Jimmy.
Here we have a few numbers that transferred off of the yardstick onto the wood. Good. Come down here now. We're going to do this one here. Just make sure it's aligned. Good. Looks aligned. Loosen it. Good. Good. It looks nice and aligned. Good. Good. That's good. Now what we're going to do is, you see how we have the clamps on this side? And that's so we're able to go with the heat gun like this back and forth. So Jimmy was nice enough to bring over lunch. So how much time do we have left? We got 15 minutes left. What did you bring over, Jimmy, for lunch for us?
Meatballs, marsala.
Meatballs, marsala, and what else you got there?
Some
Peppers and
peppers,
potatoes.
and yeah.
We're going to eat good for lunch. So while we were letting the timer go for the oven for our lunch, Jimmy's going to go back and forth with this from here to here and heat this up so it takes the set. We make sure that it takes the set. Okay, keep it about 1 inch off. Grab it by the grip and go back and forth like 1 inch off. Just like that. All right.
Recurve is nice and cool now to the touch, and we're going to undo the clamps, and we're going to start working on the other side of the recurve. And let's do these clamps off here.
Give them a couple extra turns loose for the next side.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Jimmy, show everybody. Look how nice.
All
Let
right.
me go around and make sure it's in the camera view. Show everybody.
All right. So this is
good. You're in the
camera. This is what we just made. Our nice curve.
Hold it this way, level, and over a little bit more.
There we go.
There you go. You're in the picture now.
There we go.
There you go. Look how beautiful. Came out good, right?
And it's holding. Nice.
So we're going to steam the next side now.
We'll do the other side. All right. Let's bring that over. All right. The boiling water is ready to go, and you put the other limb inside the pot here. It's steaming up right now. So we're going to give it 75 minutes, and we'll pull it out and just go through the same procedure we did before.
Okay, Jimmy's second limb is
been cooking for 1 hour and 15 minutes. We'll take that off.
Okay, come over here and grab that clamp.
There we go. First clamp.
This time we're doing the numbers up. Numbers up this time. Hold on, make sure I got it. Look level, look even.
Oh, yes.
Quick, 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 quick. Tight, 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 tight. Look good?
Looking good.
Okay, here we go. Goes nothing.
Here we go.
Hold on. Okay, that looks good. Don't worry about it now. Good. what we'll do is we'll just leave a little more material on this side if it's over a little bit for now. You know what I mean?
That's fine. Okay.
If that side's got a little more, we leave a little more the whole length. Good. Grab this over here. And once again, we have a second chance to, once this cools enough that we could take off the ruler, we'll realign it better and use the heat gun. And if we have to make a minor left or right adjustment, we could do that with the heat gun. Okay, let's see here. Let me look at this here. It looks pretty straight, right? Looks fairly straight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just put this here. Just for a little something here this way. Give me another clamp for a minute. That's all. We'll leave it alone.
Okay, so now it's time to take off the clamps, and we're gonna start heating up the limbs.
Yeah, we're gonna remove that strap, and we're gonna make sure that it's aligned nice because we could see underneath once we remove this aluminum ruler for a strap here. Okay, take the last one off. Okay, get that out of the way. Here we go. Let's line it good. Let's look at it. Oh, it wasn't that badly aligned, right? That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put the clamp on. Align it. You think it looks good? Put it on. Take your time. There's no rush now.
No, it's no rush.
Just get it in the middle and tighten it up good. Okay, right? Looks even, right? Okay, now we're going to go down here. Put the clamp here. Here. All right, good. You got it?
Got it.
Go slow. Relax. Do it nice and easy. Good. Good?
Center. Okay, we're centered.
Good. Come down to here. We'll make sure this is nice and aligned. Good. Somebody asked me in one of the videos, why don't I use those speed clamps where you just squeeze them, click, click, click? Because I don't think they put the pressure on that this does. You know, I had bought some, and I don't know if they're cheap or whatever, but when I clamped them down, I don't know if they got the pressure that this has. Okay, now look down the handle just for the heck of it now. Right? It looks pretty nice and straight now, fairly straight, right? Everything looks good, right?
Yeah, it does.
It really does. So,
all right,
okay, you start heating it.
You're up.
It's 203. We're gonna give it about 10 minutes, and he's heating it like an inch away back and forth.
All right, so we're all done using the heat gun to dry out the limbs again here. Now I'm just gonna undo the clamps here.
Yeah, the heat gun is used to put a set to make sure that they keep the curve, the nice curve in. Heats up the cells and puts a nice set in the recurve limbs. And you see how we get a little spring back? That's okay. Once we put it on the fire hardening jig and we fire harden it, it will conform to that jig.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Step out of your way, and you could show the. Well.
All right. Yeah. So this is looking really nice. This is really, really nice, Joe. All right. So I got the one end.
It looks really good, Jimmy. You did a great job. Yeah. Now I'm going to go outside and get that fire hardening jig, and we'll clamp it to it.
Clamp it right down onto that. Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
Ready for the
Pretty
next part
awesome,
of it.
right?
Yeah, it's looking awesome. It's
All
looking
right.
great.
We have the recurve on the back set, the fire hardening back set jig. It's an expandable jig. I had to go in the garage and get two longer pieces of wood and pre-drill holes and put it together. And Jimmy is cooking the limb now to make it conform to that jig a little bit better. And you have another time when we fire harden it, that'll also make it conform. So right now we're just trying to get it to conform to the jig a little bit. We're gonna we're gonna flip it around because we're doing it inside because of the rain outside today, and we're gonna flip it around. And Jimmy's gonna work over here in this area of the table, and we're gonna heat the other limb too to make it set. Right, Jim?
That's right. Just did it perfect.
And then the next chance you get, you're coming over and we're gonna fire harden it, right?
That'll be perfect. Good. Yep.
Okay. And you see now this had like a natural back set in it from the. What we did was had to put a spacer in the middle in the clamp, so we have slightly more back set than the jig had. Now we got a little more back set than the jig had, so we're good. All right, 8 minutes each limb, and then next time fire hardening.